Hello everyone, welcome to, I guess, the Friday video. This was supposed to be the Thursday video, but it kind of slipped my mind to make this real video. We went to the bins yesterday on Thursday. You know how sometimes you go to the bins and you just kind of get like dazed and confused and worn out and everything? That's what happened. I literally just it completely slipped my mind that I needed to film the video yesterday. It probably also has to do with how we posted a video on Wednesday on our new second channel. I'm sorry that this is a day late. I am actually going to be talking about May and June in this video because I skipped doing one in June for the month of May's sales. Neither June or May was super huge for me on TheRealReal. I didn't send a ton in, and I also didn't make tons and tons of sales on there, so I am just going to combine them into one to give us more to discuss. So if you don't know, TheRealReal is an online consignment store. TheRealReal takes basically only luxury items. They do take some brands like Patagonia and North Face and stuff that are just more expensive but not necessarily luxury. You just send in your items that are brands that they take and they list them for you, and you get a cut based on what the item is listed at. There are different percentages, like you get 40% if it is priced $150 or less. If it's $150 to $200, you get 50%, and then if it's over that, you get a percent based off of how much you've consigned in the past. I am at the max tier right now, so I get 70% if the item is priced over $200. You can earn your way to that by just sending in more and more. That is what I did. If you are interested in signing up for TheRealReal, I am an affiliate or whatever. I'm not paid to say anything positive about them. These are all my actual opinions. But if you're gonna sign up, you can email me or DM me your first and last name and your email, and you can be put under me as one of my affiliate people, referrals, whatever. They're very just starting off with an affiliate program. They haven't had one in the past, and so it's kind of a weird system. As usual, I will be starting off with what I sent in for the month, and then we will get into what sold. The send-ins are a lot less than the sales, so this will go pretty quick, and we will start with the May items. So first I sent in this Vera Wang silk midi length dress, and they listed that at $125, and to me that is a very good price. I think I might have got that in the bins, or else it was really cheap wherever I got it. Then they also accepted these Salvatore Ferragamo leather ankle boots. These are men's. I was tempted to keep them for myself, but I just don't wear boots very often, so I sent them in, and they priced them at $145, which to me was a very fair price. I actually had to send them in a few times because they kept saying there was excessive wear. Another tip that I say with TheRealReal all the time: if they don't take something, just try sending it in again. There are things that I've sent in so many times and they finally take them in the end. Just keep trying. And that is literally it for the month of May. May, we were still dealing with Janine 19, so I definitely was not sourcing as much as I would have liked to be. So I just wasn't finding things that I could send into TheRealReal, and so I only had them take 2 things for me that month. June isn't that much better. So the first thing they took from me in June was this David Meister V-neck knee-length dress, and they listed this at $65, which is fair enough. I know they don't mark that brand up too much, but I do appreciate that they take it because I do find it every once in a while for a good price. They also took this David Meister wool tweed pattern evening jacket and listed that at $145. So that is an even better price for that. And then they also took these Fenty Puma leather round toe flats. I think I found these at a Plato's Closet for, I don't know, very cheap, $6 or something. And I listed them at $95. I had to send those in quite a few times because the Fenty logo had worn off, and so they kept thinking that they were just Puma, but they weren't. So they finally took those. And then the last 2 items they took from me in this month are actually my own. These are my items that I purchased myself and sent in just because I felt that they would sell best on here for the highest price, and I do get 70%, like I said. One of those items is this Givenchy color block pattern mock neck sweatshirt. This is actually like a rain jacket. I'm not sure why they called it a sweatshirt. It is listed for $265, so that's pretty good, and I will get 70% of that, so only 10% less than if I were to sell it myself on Posh, and honestly, I probably wouldn't even be able to get away with selling it for that price. And this Louis Vuitton mini Lock Me backpack, they listed at $2,100. You guys might know that I just kind of recently got this backpack, but it actually ended up being like super tiny on me, and the straps were like pulling on my arms. Like it was not built for like a masculine like shoulder and body shape, and it was just so small. It didn't even have room for the things that I wanted to bring around with me, so I did end up sending it in, and I got a different Louis Vuitton backpack. So if you ever want to see that, I can show it in a video, but yeah, I got a different one, so that's why that's being sent in. And see, I could not list it at $2,100 on Posh and get away with selling it. I mean, I probably could, but I would have to wait for a really long time, and then you run the risk of like scammers and stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of like, they can take care of that, hands off, whatever. And don't worry, I'm actually not losing any money when this sells. I'm pretty sure I will break even with what I paid for it, so that is good with me. Actually, there were 2 more things that I sent in that they accepted this month. They just don't have pictures yet or prices, so I can't really post any pictures or any information on it. They accepted a Victoria Beckham dress from me. It was this like gold dress that looked like it had like metallic fireworks on it. I sent that in because Victoria Beckham does not sell well for me on Poshmark. And then I also sent in a Burberry trench coat. I have like 6 of these in my closet, and I just wanted to send one in to get one of them kind of moving along a little faster. They have right now that they're gonna price it at $425, but they change that all the time, so we'll see what it actually ends up being listed at, but they did accept that. And that is all for what was accepted in the month of June. Once again, it was just kind of the fact that Janine 19 is still happening. I am not sourcing as much as I used to, so I'm just not getting as much sent in, and if I'm not sending as much in, there's not as much for them to take. That's that. Let's move on to the sales for the month of May, and then we will talk about the sales in the month of June. First off, in May was this Patagonia scoop neck long sleeve top. This ended up selling for $20 and only gave me 8. Also, a heads up, they ran a big clearance sale, so a lot of these are going to be low numbers because they've had them for a long time. They just like chop at prices over time and just keep marking it down, and then they kind of have this thing they call the real big sale, and things are like 70 and 80% off, and they sell super cheap. Good place to get deals, but if you have your stuff with them, don't expect to make much money off of these items. Still good that it's selling and going through, but usually they're kind of like break-even prices. So next up was this Diane von Furstenberg graphic print long sleeve top, and this sold for $15 and gave me 6, so that was a real big sale item. Lafayette 148 mid-rise straight leg pants. These sold for $15 and gave me $6 as well. Christian Dior notch lapel long coat. So this sold at 60% off, which I'm assuming was still part of the real big sale, which also, during the real big sale, if people buy stuff from that, they can't return them. So that is one perk of something being sold during their real big sale, is the sale is finalized. So this Christian Dior ended up selling for $198, and I got $138.60. Though it was 60% off, I am still very happy with that profit that I made on it. I believe I got this item in the bins of all places, and I got it repaired on the back. There was some stitching coming out, but to turn about probably $3 or $4 into $140 is a good flip. So then they also sold this rabbit fur collar for $90, and I got $63. This Escada wool lightweight sweater sold for $56 and gave me $22.40. This C by Chloe striped mini dress sold for $39 and gave me $15. C by Chloe, they make such cute stuff, but it sells for like nothing on TheRealReal, and it also doesn't really sell for much on Posh. I don't really get what the deal is with this brand, but like it's so expensive, like retail, so I don't know why it does not hold any of its value anywhere. If anyone knows that, please let me know. Levi's Maiden Crafted strapless crop top with tags sold for $66.50 and gave me $26.60. This Dolce & Gabbana virgin wool top sold for $40 and gave me $16. That was a bins find that weighed like nothing. This Patagonia patterned strapless top. Sold for $15 and gave me $6. You might have noticed that I just said it is a patterned strapless top and the photo is of a skirt. I don't know. I have no idea why. Sometimes their pictures, I just like laugh hysterically at them. They're either just weirdly positioned mannequins, or like they just like didn't button any of the buttons on like a blazer, or like they put a crop top as a skirt. They just kind of do their own thing, and that's what happens when you just hand your items off to someone and say you take care of it. They just kind of do what they want. Next up was this J brand mid-rise mini short, and it sold for $20 and gave me $8. That was definitely a bins find. I do not pick up J brand almost ever in the thrift store. It just does not do well. This Ralph Lauren linen v-neck sweater. This was Ralph Lauren Blue Label, which is like their third highest tier. This sold for $40 and gave me $16. This Burberry vintage knee-length coat sold for $112.50 and gave me $78.75. I believe I might have got this off of Poshmark as an online arbitrage situation, and I definitely still made money from it. This Carmen Marc Volvo lace pattern scoop neck crop top sold for $37.50 and gave me $15. That I believe was a bins find a long time ago, so I'm glad to see that go. These Versace Shield Gradient sunglasses were actually mine, and I believe I bought them on Posh, and they sold for $62.50 and gave me $25. I honestly probably broke about even. They did not cost me too much. Weekend Max Mara silk boat neckline t-shirt sold for $30 and gave me $12. This I got for like so cheap. I think it was like $5, so I didn't make much, but I made something. Current Elliott mid-rise skinny leg jeans. These sold for $35 and gave me $14. Another thing just like J brand, I don't pick it up anymore, really. It doesn't sell on TheRealReal for much. It doesn't sell on Posh, period. And so I am passing on that a lot. St. John Sport wool crew neck sweater. This is one of those ones, if you remember from the haul where I literally found like $25,000 worth of St. John. This is one of those. There's a few of those in here. I've sent some to ThredUp. I've sold some myself, and then I've sent some to TheRealReal. I kind of just base it off of style and what I thought would do good wear. This sold for $42 and gave me $16.80. And this St. John Sport wool crew neck sweater, same situation. This one also sold for $42 and also gave me $16.80. This Diane von Furstenberg silk knee-length dress sold for $52 and gave me $20.80. That is probably doubling my money. I think I got that at a thrift store. This Emilio Pucci silk blend printed scarf was a bins find. I was so excited when I found this. I have only one other time found Emilio Pucci, so it was very exciting. Sold for $100 and gave me $40. But it's a silk scarf, so that probably cost me half of a penny, and so that's quite a bit of profit. This was a new brand to me. It is Kaminsky. It is like an Australian raffia handbag brand. I found this in the bins and gave her a Google and saw that TheRealReal has some, and it's a really expensive brand. And this was a large woven straw tote, and it sold for $68 and gave me $27.20. This next one was from my own personal collection. It was this Givenchy embroidered crew neck t-shirt, and this sold for $201 and I get $140.70. I honestly got a really good deal on this when I bought it, so I actually ended up profiting quite a bit on it. These Manolo Blahnik woven slide sandals sold for $97.50 and gave me $48.75. That is a great flip. This Oscar de la Renta silk printed scarf. This was another bins scarf, and this one sold for $51 and gave me $20.40. They do take Oscar de la Renta women's items, not Oscar de la Renta. That is cheap stuff. And I don't believe they take men's Oscar de la Renta for some reason, but you can always still try sending it in. I would try if I found it. And last up for May was this IRO V-neck midi length dress. This sold for $42 and gave me $16.80. I probably paid like $10 for that, so honestly that was not the best flip, but at least I still made a profit. So let's move on to what sold in June. It's about the same amount of items. Actually, honestly, it might be less. So let's just see what sold. First was this Nancy Gonzalez metallic crocodile bifold wallet, and this sold for $79.50, which was 70% off of what they priced it at. and that gave me $55.65. If you did not know, Nancy Gonzalez is a very, very, very expensive, like, exotic leather purse and wallet brand. A lot of her stuff is made of crocodile. I don't really like that. That kind of makes me uncomfortable, but it is so expensive. So if you find it, probably send it to TheRealReal because they do price it very, very high. Next up was this Michael Kors high-rise wool pants. These were like real Italian Michael Kors, and these sold for $15 and gave me $6. I honestly probably lost money on those. They do not mark Michael Kors up very high, even though Michael Kors is very expensive, like the runway stuff. Next was this Jean Paul Gaultier Soleil, I don't know how to say that, semi-sheer shift dress, and this sold for $43.50 and I got $17.40. Then was this Calypso printed v-neck top. This is like Calypso St. Barth. It is an expensive kind of boho-y silk brand. It sold for $45 and gave me $18. Don't be tricked by the Calypso St. Barth Target collab. The tag literally looks almost like the normal Calypso St. Barth tag. It's kind of annoying. Next up was this Rachel Zoe striped open front sweater. This sold for $45 and gave me $18. Then this Saks Fifth Avenue raffia flower hat. Like I say in basically all of these RealReal videos, it is very hard to get them to take Saks Fifth Avenue. They do every once in a while, not often. So you can try if you'd like, but they usually decline it. This sold for $47.50 and gave me $19. Another brand that they like never take, but I somehow got them to take it for me. This Pendleton wool double-breasted coat. It sold for $92.50 and gave me $64.75. I only tried Pendleton with them because this coat probably retailed at like $2,000, and I knew if they were going to take any Pendleton, it would probably be this one. And sure enough, they did. I think even on the first time I sent it, which was shocking, I was so excited that they actually took it. So this next one was a big investment for me. I got it at a consignment store, and I actually paid like $120 for these boots. I just knew that TheRealReal would probably price them in the $300, $400, maybe even $500 range, so I knew it was a safe bet, especially since I make 70% on sales that high. And so I purchased these Saint Laurent leather ankle boots for $120. On the website, they ended up selling for $315. That was 40% off of what they were listed at, and they were listed at $525, like I expected. So I ended up making $220.50, less than I think I was hoping, but definitely still a good flip because I profited $100 on those. So it was risky-ish, kind of, even though it was more calculated. So it wasn't, I knew it wasn't too risky, but obviously it was quite a big investment, and it did pay off. So that was nice to see. Next up was this Diane von Furstenberg crew neck sweater. This was so cute. It was this like red sweater with like metallic mixed all in it. It would have been a very good Christmas sweater. I wanted to sell it myself, but it just was not getting the attention that I was hoping for. And so I sent it in, and it ended up selling for $42, and I got $16.80. Then this Diane von Furstenberg printed mini dress with tags sold for $32 and gave me $12.80. Put Diane with, if you watch this channel, you know that I always say Diane. I don't really know why. I think it's because the Von comes right after, but I know it's Diane. Diane. Put her with the Current Elliott and the J brands, as in like, I don't want to get her anymore because it just doesn't sell anywhere. On TheRealReal, you make nothing. On Posh, it doesn't sell. I don't get what it is. It's kind of like Joie. High retail, low resell. I don't know why. Escada suede semi-pointed toe pumps sold for $25 and gave me $10. They were a bins find, so that's fine. Cochinelle leather wristlet pouch. I found this at a thrift store, and I just gave it a Google, and I saw that TheRealReal takes it, and it was only like $3, so I thought I would take the risk. And it sold for $47.50 and gave me $19. Ted Baker striped polo shirt, a brand that they hardly ever take, but every once in a while it slips in. Sold for $30 and gave me $12. Burberry London trench coat sold for $225 and I got $157.50. I probably paid about $50, so another $100 profit for me. Hot hippie printed mini shorts sold for $25 and gave me $10. I tried listing these on my Posh like 4 times. times. I have sent them to TheRealReal like 3 times. I am just so tired of seeing them, so I don't even care if I lost money, if I profited nothing. I want them gone, and I'm glad they're gone out of my life. And then the last item that sold in June, we do like a full circle literally, were these Salvatore Ferragamo leather ankle boots, those ones from the beginning that I sent in May. They sold for $116 and gave me $46.40. They cost me like $5, so that is totally good profit in my eyes. So that is all that happened with TheRealReal for the months of May and June. Once again, if you're interested in trying them, it's very easy to sign up. You literally just go to their website and sign up. But if you would like to be a referral under my affiliate situation, like I said, you can email me or DM me your first and last name and your email address, and I will give them that information, and then you'll be like in my family tree of RealReal referrals. That is all that I have for you guys today, so thank you for watching. I'm sorry that this came out a day later than was expected. I don't mean to throw you off with dates. Ryan and I will still have What Sold Saturday on Saturday tomorrow, so you won't want to miss that. I had pretty good sales yesterday that I'm pretty excited about, and I will see you guys on Saturday with Ryan, so bye.